Oh iya,
first,
langsung
normal.
kaya lah. Oke. Kayak udah normal ya guys ya. Oke, well hello. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Balik lagi pada saya ManMenAja. Kali ini kita akan bermain Genshin Impact lagi dan yang lanjutkan quest Archon. Kita disuruh ke karavan ribat. Oke. Nyari ala hitam. Mana ala hitam disitu kita cari ya guys ya.
Well, here we are again.
Yes,
Sounds like
kembali
you're
ke sini.
starting to get familiar with the area.
Hyman's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you
Yang
mean.
besar itu.
I had the same
Oh, ini.
question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only
comment
after
lah,
I
guys,
grew
ya.
up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms.
Kenapa
It
gitu?
serves a more important purpose. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but
Anjir.
tools that can be used and discarded at their whim.
Sagi kurang ajar emang. Para
We're
sales ini.
cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more.
Anjir,
Even
gak
if a
gitu dong
child
deh
from
ya.
the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The
Anjir,
academia
rasis
believes
sekali.
we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're humans.
That's terrible.
Iya, parah kali sih.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia.
Seram
You're
ke
not
satu seram
thinking
kan.
about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yes.
Yep. We gotta catch those.
Caravan Rebot is
Aduh.
crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here
Paimon,
for.
Paimon.
Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Di dulu pedangnya.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you?
Nah, ini kenal nih.
What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki.
Zaki.
Finally, a friendly face.
Oh. And who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Ya dong, lak pirang gini.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
Meminum dia.
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So,
Kayak
Dia,
orang.
are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Edgar, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Siapa tuh?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you.
Oh, halo
Then I
Bang
assume
Faras
you also
Gaming,
know
Faras
that
Gaming.
Delavar's been
Halo,
having a
halo.
hard time making ends meet these days.
Siang-siang.
So you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret.
Makasih udah mampir.
Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for
Ya
escorting
anjay,
the
mantap dia.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too.
Delavar's
of
my
course
friend
I can take
too.
you to him. Come with me.
Ayo, mana kau bawa aku Zaki? Zaki di perut, penuh semua nutrisi. Tapi tak perlu takut, ada Zaki dan yo guys. Ding 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 dit, ding ding dit. Ada apa di sini? Ada apa di sini, Nits? Dijebak kah?
Are we there yet?
Ya, dijebak ini, Zaki ini.
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Aduh, Zaki.
Why don't you take a guess? Go on.
Kan,
A wild
betul,
stab
Zaki.
in the dark.
Naufal Mahfuz, P.
You're like
Ya,
lambs
P
to the
balik.
slaughter.
P balik. Itu balik apa? Kepung Jaki.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Jaki.
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there.
Bang, kok ya nonton sedikit? Ya, nama streamer kecil Bang Faras Gaming. Streamer kecil. Cuman 3 nonton. Itu udah bersyukur ya guys ya.
Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from
Hola
the beginning?
Mariani, hola Dek Mariani, datang lagi ya guys ya. Makasih.
Uh-oh. I knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you?
Anjir, sombong
Who do you
kali.
think you are?
Yang paling
You
kuat.
really
Ini
thought
yang paling
we'd
kuat
fall
nih,
for the
Traveler.
business deal nonsense?
Wih. Halo Flami, Kak Flami. Oke, sorry.
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I
Sering
guess it's
streamer,
only
Bang.
natural for a traveling
Ya ini
mercenary
diusahakan
like you
setiap
to be out
hari
of the
Bang
loop.
Faras Gaming.
Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think.
Biar masuk apa namanya? Algoritma YouTube. Kalau bisa setiap hari sih kalau lagi gak sibuk.
But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the academia.
Karakter yang paling bagus yang Abang punya apa? Karakter paling bagus Ayaka sama Raiden.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar
Ayaka
wouldn't
sama
miss a
Raiden,
second of it.
Xiao, Zhongli, banyak sih. Tapi kalau yang dibilang paling bagus Ayaka sih.
I'll be honest with
Tapi
you.
sama aja masih
if it weren't for
channel.
what you said in the village, your little monologue about the wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're
Oh,
one
berianak
of us.
rupanya orang nih.
Delavar.
Delavar
And
Enggur.
You're here too, huh?
Wih, banyak. Ya Nits.
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary.
Mayan lah.
You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little
Anjay.
did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Marah-marah aja orang Nits.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors.
Thumbs up,
Anything else?
Bang
I'm missing out
Naufal.
on?
Thumbs up. Mantap jempolnya.
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds.
Murah.
Pathetic.
Pathetic.
You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me.
Namanya
As
tentara
long as
bayaran.
there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Tapi sedih lah buka bayi pun.
Enough talking. Get him.
Bang, abang bikin kuis yang menang jadi moderator. Coba bikin, siapa tahu YouTube abang jadi rame. Coba aja. Kuisnya kuis apa? Bebas sih kalau menjadi apa ya kuisnya ya? Bentar.
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Bagus juga sih saran Dek Mariani. Emang mau jadi moderator Dek Mariani? Biar aku jadikan moderator nanti.
As one with wind and cloud.
Kamu kan sering mampir juga.
Rest and rebuild.
Eh,
Nowhere to hide.
Impossible. How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's
Bebas
only
aja kuisnya.
natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop.
memang kalau streamer kecil masih ini ya? Udah bisa ya moderator? Oh, bisa ya? Udah tuh, udah jadi moderator. Coba chat.
I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course, you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me
Nanti lah aku
is that I'm a
siapin kuisnya ya.
mercenary, but you've
Cuman
never
belum,
seen me in
masih
action.
buru-buru ya kan? Nggak tahu, masih belum mana yang bagus.
Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together,
Nah, itu
you
ada tuh.
believed that Candace was the only
Udah ada
one
gambar
doing all the real
moderatornya.
fighting. That so-called flame main is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just
Kerja
uses her
dia dan
connections
untuk
to
dapat
gain the
orang lain.
trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
Iya dong.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it.
Oke,
I figured as
sama-sama.
much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
Kamu yang berbicara sampai malu lihat. Mantap deh
Okay,
ya.
that should be all of them.
Injak-injak aja ke orang tuh emang.
So you've been planning this since we were in Aru village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious
Pertama kali aku jadi
looking people
moderator.
while you were out
Di
investigating.
sini lah yang pertama kali ya.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries.
Tuh.
If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give
Jadi
it some
nama-nama yang kamu
time.
bilang tadi.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher.
Nggak sih, nggak
That's
semuanya.
just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to
Mungkin
talk
dulu waktu
themselves up when they're
lagi mata
drinking.
belur di lava.
Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher,
Oh.
and Delavar, the scar-riddled
Orang
bandit, are
sendiri
the
lupa yang
nicknames
buat.
they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
Oh, dapat
He's
Zaki.
just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
Penjabat jago ekor bebek siapa?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
Juga terkaum radikal.
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow, what a
Genius.
idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for you.
Kapan nih dia keluar bannernya?
Ah,
Mau
you're
gacha
too
dia
kind.
anjir. Keren
It was
kali
straight from
karakternya.
the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
Keren kali nih dia nih.
That thing you were saying before, is it really true?
Kapan lah bannernya keluar?
About what?
But what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
Aku rasa kamu bukan orang seperti itu.
What makes you so sure?
Betul juga. Malu-malu dia.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can
Apa nih?
understand her devotion and gratitude.
Oh ya, bentar. Udah.
Dunyarzad's just an ordinary god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the
Yes,
Dendro Archon out
tipu
to be
daya
an enemy.
akademia.
It's all the Academia's trickery, but I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Bro, dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business.
Keren kali dia nih.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
Kapan keluar banner dia? Aku mau gacha dia, aku mau gacha. Duh, lama kali dia masih keluar.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch.
Tiko abari, kata
Until then,
Candice.
please stand by.
Candice, do you need
Do
any
you
help?
need any help?
Candice will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's
Anjir.
her.
Saya kali dia
While
sama
I'm
Candice dong.
questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring?
Oke,
I'll meet you
Candice.
back here tomorrow morning, traveler.
Oke.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Aduh, dia. Tunggu sampai besok pagi. Menguping.
You heard the question. Now answer me.
Dipukuli dong.
Candice is an expert at dealing with people.
Dipukuli Candice dong.
All we have to do is
Mantap Candice. Wah, keren. Jam 6. Dipukuli Candice dong. Udah air 60 nih, 60. Udah AR 60 baru-baru ini sih awal bulan Maret.
right on time. We'll know any moment now.
Oke dia.
I've been wondering. You seem to know Candice pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
Lama
We've known
sobatan.
each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Muka Paimon nih dah.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Yes, dia.
Really? Thanks for that.
Saino.
Oh,
Nguping dong dari tadi
he's
Saino.
pretty early too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
Kamu nggak telat Sandaimi Halilintar. Kamu baru datang.
To help out? By doing what?
Kamu tidak telat.
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candice some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Silakan masuk.
Come on, let's go inside.
Oke, kita masuk ya guys ya. Apakah kita nge-follow? Kan nunggu antum. Antum login follow, kita follow. Bentar dulu ini sini. Nanti lah. Oke. Udah asar ya? Oke, Mariani.
Whoa, you look furious.
Udah marah banget.
Do I?
Masih ketahuan sih.
What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, yes.
Karena belum asar. Dek Sandaimi Halilintar.
Please,
Ini masih jam berapa?
We're gonna die.
Bisa
Looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves, Yet you do not
Iya,
hesitate to place the
alasan.
lives of others at risk.
Kapan sih aku bawa alasan?
Absurdity is mind-boggling.
Nanti.
The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell
Gas,
me,
Candice, gas.
what would you do to you in my position?
Bangki. Coba ke situ kamu alasan. Bangki.
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war,
Bertemu siapapun.
and war serves no one.
Oke, moga lancar colmeknya Sandai Mia Lintar.
The people of Aru village care little about which
Oke,
god is in
moga
power.
lancar colmeknya.
Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can
We understand. We're sorry.
Sorry.
I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
Nangis.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. A mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get
Apalah
anything
tuh
we
kirim
wish
tuh.
for.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again and you'll regret it.
Bangki dia nak.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's.
Dah, tadi kata mau
He told us
colmek,
to
kok
spread
masih di
word about
sini?
the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Saya sekarang di mana?
I'm not sure.
Faya nggak
That's
tahu.
one.
Huh? One what?
Satu apa?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then,
Anjir.
by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything.
Udah kalau aku
It was all
diusir,
them.
Bangki.
2.
Padahal aku masih ingin komunikasi sama kamu. Ih, jijik ya orang anak itu. Bentar lu. Beri ditandai antum lu ah. Mana ya? Tuh, udah tandai tuh, friend. Udah tandai tuh, coba ngomong.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them
Udah
to
ada
the
kunci
junction
Inggrisnya.
outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Traveler, go on. Tuh, udah jadi kunci Inggris.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his
Ini
secrets. No way.
rahasianya.
That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to
What is
cover his
Scarlet
face.
King?
He calls himself the Scarlet.
Believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu?
Uncle Anpu?
What do you mean?
Uncle Anpu? Apa tuh? Apa jatuh tuh?
Smooth.
Dihajarnya dong, tetap.
Okay, speak.
Ayo
If
ngomong.
my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of
Dipukul Saino dong, mantap Saino, mantap. Bagus Saino.
some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused.
Bang, bisa jawab ini. Jawab apa tuh?
insisting They are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal.
Dipukul
they
bocil.
had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading
Ngakak
false
ya
rumors
tiga
to
itu
trick
anjir.
the
Tadi so
radicals
hebat,
into
sekarang
delivering the
dipukuli
village
anjir.
keepers right into their hand.
Me again.
Just as I thought.
Das ist tough.
But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars.
Halo, Noval.
Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
Matsuri. Yes,
You're
kita harus
right.
temukan penjaga desa.
Isaac is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
Oke.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Oke, Paimon. Ada kulit yang nggak ada daging, ada kayu, nggak ada daun, ada cerita, nggak ada mulut. Apa itu? Hah? Ada kulit, nggak ada daging, ada kayu, nggak ada daun, ada cerita, nggak ada mulut. Apa itu? Buku ya?
You
Buku
look
bukan.
worried. Thinking about the village keepers?
Yes. WA aja nanti, WA.
Yes. I'd look for them myself
Apa
if I
itu
could.
JK29?
As members of our village,
Kasih
each one
tahu
of them is
dong,
very
nyerah.
important to me.
Buku mungkin nggak? Bukan buku, tapi itu ada kayu ya? Bukan ada kayu. Buku sih, buku kan?
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs, wherever they go.
Dia.
Ya
don't
betul
say
kan,
that.
buku kan?
Could be a part of this community too.
Betul kan?
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
Nice tuh. Mampus kau dipukul bocil, mampus. Pukul
What
bocil.
scheme is the
Dipukul bocil, dipukul bocil. Dia dipukul bocil. Apa nih cutscene? Ala hitam kah? Ya kan, ala hitam pasti.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa!
Wow. Nguping terus.
Where did you come from?
Muncul dari mana?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
Nguping terus ala hitam.
For ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway?
Diam-diam bae.
Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Mukanya Lumin nih dah. Mukanya. Gak mikir apa-apa.
Never mind! Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Make it so hard.
You've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate.
Jadi kayak apa tuh?
Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Ya.
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere.
Dari di mana?
Enough with the silent treatment!
Ngegas terus
No.
Paimon nih.
I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we
Baku
arrived
hantam
at our
lagi, baku
village.
hantam, baku hantam.
Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you're all talk.
You are talk.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Apa iya, udah selesai. Apa tuh?
Doesn't believe you.
Jangan ngomong bae.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts.
Duh. Ala hitam
Not to
nih.
mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Ya informasi apa?
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
Ya maksudnya gimana?
How do you think the residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing?
Kenapa cewek Kenapa cewek cosplay Genshin Impact pasti punya iPhone 13 14 Pro Max? Ya karena dibelikan bapaknya dan karena penghasilannya besar. Ya bisa aja beli.
In other words,
Mungkin dia menang
do you
cosplay
truly
mungkin kan
believe
dapat berapa
every
juta,
single word the
berapa juta
villagers
ya
tell
beli
us?
iPhone gitu.
You mean some of them lied to us?
Yes, ada beberapa.
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru.
Betul juga ya.
That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's
Siapa
been
nih?
observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Siapa tuh?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't
Sunny.
change the subject.
Into the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars.
Oh, dia udah mau bilang penjaga desa.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers,
Oh
she
iya
can
juga
easily
ya.
make herself the radicals' next target.
Bagus juga
I
nih
think it's been a few days since I last
observasi
saw
si
them.
ala hitam.
I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Betul juga, masuk akal.
Remember, she made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Iya kayak gue banget.
After speaking to the village chief,
Bangke dan bangke.
protected Aru village at night. In
Aduh,
other
aduh,
words,
gue banget.
the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
Kenapa dia bohong?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one.
Ya jangan
You
ikutlah
said that
Saino.
she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
Betul.
We're on it.
We're on it. Aduh. Di mana tuh? Ntar, coba dulu yang ini kemarin. Mana sampah? Selalu sampah. Saya nggak dapat primul gitu, nggak bisa lagi. Udah nggak bisa ya? Ini adalah sentuh. Sabah pelit, sabah pelit, sabah pelit. Main ya tapi 60 primo ah. Lumayan lah dan 60 primo kasih sabah gratis ya kan.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Jarang
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but
dilarang bilang
how
tidak boleh
can I make
dikatakan atau
sure
gue
that your
keluarin.
friends think the
Maksudnya?
same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want.
Anjay.
Go on. Earn her trust.
On her trust.
Is it really that simple?
Ayo traveler ngomong.
I call you Traveler?
Boleh. Hai Nona
Hi,
Sani.
Traveler. I want to ask you something.
Yes,
Do
tanya
you
aja.
think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
Enggak,
Why is that?
karena kan ada konflik.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you.
Yes,
even
tanya
though I
aja
do
Sani,
have some
tanya aja.
reservations.
Gak usah malu-malu Sani.
Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Gak bisa juga sih, soalnya Naida masih dikurung. Masih dibilang juga. Iya betul, sama jawabanku dengan Traveler.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really
Kita sebenarnya bukan
residents of
mundur
any one
sebangsa juga.
nation.
Namanya
But
pengembara.
even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in.
Yes.
We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
Yes, betul kata Waimon. Dan hatinya pun
I want to
terbuka.
trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Hatham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
Kami ngerti kok.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah.
Kayak tadi ada yang bilang kayak gitu kata-kata yang Sarah gitu, ya Saru begitu aku keluarin dari live. Ada yang ngomong itu. Kapan? Ada yang ngomong itu ya? Gak tahu. Ada yang ngomong gitu ya? Gak tahu sih.
Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I wanted was to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
Yes. Traveler mulutnya tertutup.
Alright. I'll tell you what I told Al-Haytham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most.
Anjay.
Sometimes I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Jangan hantu.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village,
Naida
it
ini
doesn't
enggak.
happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter.
Naida enggak tuh.
It's really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night.
Siapa tuh? Ya
Because
Naida
we're
sih
in the
bukan.
middle of a desert, you would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Ya, terpisah rumah sakit tuh.
Go.
Ada apa di sana? Di mana tuh? Jauh juga ya? Kenapa Miftah? Aduh. Dan Miftah di. Aduh, tenang aja Mariani, itu teman gua kok, nggak apa-apa sih. Nggak apa-apa, itu teman gua Miftah. Dia bercanda aja itu. Dia cuma bercanda kok. Itu teman gua soalnya. Aduh. Aku aja gak sadar ada Miftah muncul.
good to me.
The wind knows.
Speed of light.
Ya nggak apa-apa. Dia orang nggak paparan kok, nggak apa-apa. Tapi dia jaga juga sih, bagus juga sih kalau misalnya ada orang random gitu kan. Makasih lah, Dek Mariani ya. Aduh. Kalau ada orang random gitu nggak masalah, malah bagus gitu.
Is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Makasih udah perhatian ya.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
Itu nggak bisa dibuka lagi ya? Kalau udah disembunyikan gitu ya? Atau gimana sih? Apa cuma di time out gitu?
Into the wind. Speed of light.
Nggak di ban kan? Pernah di ban pula.
Monsters, watch out!
Mana Dedokulusi? Nih.
One with nature. Hold the line. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink.
Makan tuh. Ini kulusnya di mana sih? Di bawah berarti ya? Bawah betulan, guys. Ada monster lagi. Bisa aja. Ya buka aja lagi. Nggak apa. Aduh.
Just like we rehearsed. Cut to the chase. Incoming.
Buka aja lagi bandnya ya, kalau bisa ya.
Than Paimon had expected. Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or... He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
Kenapa bersaing jadinya?
This is the one.
Apanya? Oh. Buka aja lagi chatnya, nggak masalah.
Let's go in and take a look.
Mana ya?
Hey, Hitam. We haven't found Squad. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Mungkin nanti kalau misalnya dia ngechat lagi mungkin muncul tuh.
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have
Pasti
time to
nunggu
burn.
malam hari berarti.
Until then.
Kita tunggu sampai malam. Gak bisa ya? Maksudnya nggak bisa gimana?
I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Kepo Paimon.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion, in contrast with an object in forced motion.
Maksudnya?
So,
Maksudnya sulit ya.
you got that?
Maksudnya nggak bisa tadi gimana sih?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya.
Ngambek dah Paimon.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
Sekarang macam buku juga perlu.
Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated.
Ya nggak apa-apa. Kalau bisa dilepas aja tuh larangannya lagi. Kalau misalnya bisa, ya nggak masalah.
Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is.
Ini suara-suara tangisan tuh berarti.
It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
Oh, di bawah.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Dikelancuri.
Something is off about the interior here.
Nah, kok jadi buka?
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked.
Itu di luar ya? Di luar. Tuh.
Nowhere to hide.
Satu, dua. Bang, abang telat nggak? Ya, aku telat. Ya, nggak apa-apa, nggak apa. Slow, aman tuh.
Hold the line.
Niatnya mau bantu kok, nggak
Lead
apa-apa.
the light.
Ntar aku bilangin ke dia.
Incoming.
Into the wind.
Bang, maafin dulu bang. Ada Sandaime, ada Nyon, ada Junior. Ada Sandaime, ada Halilintar, ada Jeki, ada Dani, ada Winda, ada Besudara. Bawah. Ada Daddy Kobuzer. Aduh mati.
Touch me. Let's move out. Rest and rebuild.
Ada Arataki. Halo, absen. Udah baru bangun tidur kah? Apakah Anda baru bangun tidur? Apa, Pis? Cara jadi mod gimana, Bang? Nah. Tuh, dapat jadi mod kan tuh.
Time to go.
Bangun tidur ya, benar. Yes. Tuh, udah senang kok kan? Jadi moderator kan. Sembilan. Udah selesai akun quest belum? Arataki. Mod apaan? Moderator. Cara jadi yang terbaik untuk dia kayak mana Bang Hazel? Cara yang terbaik untuk bagi dia adalah kamu selalu ada. Jangan kamu meninggalkan dia karena Palo. Sandaime Halilintar. Ini karena kamu jadikan dia ini. Karena kamu meninggalkan karena Palo, dia memilih Cyber Antum. Dan Antum gak masuk circle lagi. Kasihan deh Antum. Anjir, udah dong kelar semua. 4 kali anjir. Apis bangki.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly.
Miftah udah hilang anjir. Gak tau kemana Miftah, ada gak di Discord? Biasa bang gabut gue. Betul. Cara jadi ayah kayak mana? Ya, kawinan tuh biar jadi ayah.
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused.
Oh, ini si kakek tadi.
He's too young to be anyone's grandfather.
Kenapa apanya Nitch?
Why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
You know
He's
him.
Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holds up in a forest and mumbles
Oh,
stuff
bukan.
about training?
Kirain kakek yang Ishak tadi.
No. And that's the problem.
Kan hilang
Razak
juga
was
si
never
kakek.
involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that
begini.
question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late.
Facecam dong. Nanti kamu terpana dan kamu jatuh cinta. Aku tidak mau facecam. Nanti kamu jadi gay. Mana ada kakek masih muda deh. Ya, mana tahu ya kan?
Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with
Yes,
something
facecam.
heavy.
Jangan nanti kalian jatuh cinta denganku.
Loaded
Nanti aja facecamnya 1000 subscriber.
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner.
Bapak kalau moderator mau dibatasin berapa? Jangan sampai abang untuk berkecil. Gampang pada untuk minta moderator. Aman tuh temen gua kok. Aman. Jangan nanti kalian terkesima dan kalian akan jadi gay. Mending gak usah facecam ya guys ya. Nanti kalian jadi gay.
The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Anjing.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Yes, familiar. Ya kayak yang di Ormos ini kan. Gak apa-apa bang, guys. Bangki, Harataki bangki. Jangan dong. Lebih enak sama cewek dong. Jadi gila itu.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village.
Anjir, udah pernah nih kayaknya. Hah? Siapa? Lu udah pernah jadi gay? Hah, Harataki? Lu udah pernah jadi gay?
These rumors
Astagfirullah,
were the persuasion
astagfirullah.
that the radicals needed, and
Janganlah,
those based in
tobat.
Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers.
Facecam dong kami mungkin. Nyon anjing. Bukan gay anjing sama cewek bang maksud gua. Ih kepo deh. Harataki kepo deh.
Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all
Harataki
those years
kepo
ago.
deh.
Beneath the surface,
Kehidupan
feelings of
masih sulit
desperation
kalau
are
untuk Scarlet
widespread.
King tahun lalu.
Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of
Yuk
belief.
sholat asar, yuk sholat
The deep-seated
asar.
mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by
Yuk
the
sholat
rest of
asar,
Sumeru will make sure
ayo.
of that.
Tobatlah kalian mau manusia tersesat. Ayo kita tobat. Soalnya yang mendalam terhadap pasang pasir dan semua orang dalam sudah jelas akan jadi masalah di Semeru. Betul. Makanya dikenakan orang
The notion of an
yang
academia
ini,
plot
yang warna
wouldn't
pasir.
even cross
Jadi
their
kambing
minds.
hitam lah.
It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a
Iya,
lot of
masuk
sense.
akal.
It's in line with the village chief's theory too.
Imamin. Astagfirullah, astagfirullah. 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 Terangkanlah.
Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed.
Kalian dengar dulu lagu Opik tuh, terangkanlah, bertobat kalian. Ada sesuatu yang berubah di identitas para peneliti.
First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
Oh gitu.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question.
Betul juga nih,
If you
ala
can't
hitam.
find someone,
Gue
you have
banget
no
lah ala
way of
hitam nih,
knowing
gue
what
banget.
exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Betul juga.
Resource? For what exactly?
Oke. Hati-hati ke masjidnya ya. Nggak tahu di jalan ada apa-apa.
One possibility is that the information in their
Lu
brains
banget,
could
iya
be
dong, gue
extracted
banget
into
nih.
knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
Ala hitam next dari Dedi atau Dedi itu.
With the technology of the Sumeru academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Hyman doesn't want to think about
Ya
this.
gimana bisa tahu tentang teknologi
I'm
ini?
the
Si ala
academia
hitam.
scribe after all. I'm familiar with their projects.
Lalu, ntar lu. Nah, setengah 4. Tanggung.
Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something
Tapi itu
went
bilang
wrong in
mengudut
the
dulu.
process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
Ya apa gitu? Seperti gila telah melakukan kontak dengan sadar lewa waktu di hutan dan itulah yang diinginkan akademia. Dengan Fatui. Ya ada dokter sama Skara.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
Iya dong. Iya nanti kabari. Naida bulan depan Narataki, bulan depan. Nilo dulu Nilo. Bukan dengan sadar
That's
lewa.
right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to.
Tanggal berapa sih? Gak tahu lah, pokoknya di PS 3,2 lah. Bulan depan. Paling pertengahan paling.
However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. But what is their ultimate goal?
Oh, tanggal 2. Tanggal 2 bulan 11. Oh gitu ya?
I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
Tanggal 2 November bukan Oktober.
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Motivasimu lebih pada spesifik dan pribadi.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The Divine Knowledge Capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Kamu diberi perintah. Iyalah orang kayak gini.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weird.
Kamu kayak orang aneh di sana. Ala hitam sama kayak good looking siapa bang? Jelas ala hitam lah. Lihat tuh,
You're
keren.
probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Yes.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
Masih aja kayak gitu nih orang. Ini orang nih gimana?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us.
Ayo, bawa
We'll
pulang.
work out
Desa
our
Aru.
next step after we return to Aru village.
Oke. Bagus nih pemikiran ala hitam. Oh, ini kunci. Tadi di atas ya? Kita buka. Tetap termedis sih, man. Abbas. Aduh, panjang kali mas bacanya. Oh, kenapa Eleazar dia berarti. Nggak tahu kalau ada kunci. Coba ambil dan di dalam tuh. Kok ini laporan inilah ya, laporan orang yang kena Eleazar tuh. Ya kenapa? Ya udah OTW login. Demi kunci anjir. Kunci apa kunci? Itu kunci di bawah tuh dapat semen tuh. Gara-gara kunci dapat achievement. Ayo ambil kunci. Ayo ambil kuncinya adik-adik. Itu tadi kunci untuk dapat achievement. Yang baru drop tadi kan ada kunci. Nah, itu nanti ada dapat keterangan Eleazar, nanti baca di situ. Untuk buka lemari lah kuncinya, itu apa? Kunci di perut, curi semua nutrisi. Tapi tak perlu takut, ada kunci men. Nanti ayolah ambil pakai explore. Ya intinya ambil di rumah sakit ya. Bang, coba lihat game Super Sus, siapa tahu rame. Iya, aku juga pikiran sih, Jeki. Pikiran live Super Sus sih, kayaknya besok sih ya, atau nanti malam kayaknya. Coba lah ya. Kalau nggak besok nanti malam lah. Belum download sih, emulatornya aku belum download juga. Nanti kita download ya.
We're back.
Gara-gara dari Windah pengen main juga soalnya.
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
Tiba-tiba diracuni airnya.
What's the situation?
Live game porno aja bang, nggak boleh kamu begitu Arataki. Banyak adik-adik di sini.
Who's this?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
Oh iya ya, geser ke game porno ya.
At one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Kenapa bisa ya? Benar sih, kenapa bisa gitu ya?
We may have a mole in our midst.
Oh, ada pengkhianat dari kita.
One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Ya betul juga. Ada pengkhianat.
Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Mau bagi pendapatmu?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Kok gitu?
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
Ini Saino ini terus anjir.
Logical inference. I have my reasons.
Yes, apa
So
alasannya?
what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
Nanti malam aja bang, aku juga punya game yang tidak boleh dimainkan saat bulan puasa. Nggak boleh gitu. Ayo kita bermain game-game yang family friendly.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
Apa Saino
What
pengkhianat?
are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra?
Mahamatra umum.
As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than safe
anjir
details.
menpo anjir.
Simply put,
Kayak ada game lain.
Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you?
Masuk akal juga.
If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing the thick notebook next
Kayak ada game lain apa selain Po? Po ngapain anjir? Cuma ngelatih Po.
His activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too?
Kurang lebih gitu, masuk akal sih. Hitam nih.
My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting
nanti aku coba ya.
the data entered, when you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination.
Betul, Po tuh pernah hits pada zamannya.
It predicted my every move.
Betul, masuk akal juga nih alasan ahla hitam.
Watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
Benar-benar, nggak salah kok.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
Nice.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now. If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
Langkah di belakangnya.
That's right.
That's right.
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
Kenapa dia pergi?
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him! Please, wait! I want to go too!
Apa sih bocil sibuk kali?
You want to go too?
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Nyusahi bocil. Apa nih, super saja tetap dirayain Ramadan daripada Among Us. Ya nanti aku tes super sus ya. Download dulu emulatornya.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you. Paimon feels like we're missing someone though.
Masih kurang 2 orang. Soalnya berapa sih? Oh bisa ya? Ada apa emang di situ? Masa? Bisa ya, dan baru tahu aku. Mbak. Oh. Oke, mari kita coba. Mari kita coba. Di mana tadi? Mari kita coba. Nice info dan skarab 2 biji. Oh. Ya deh.
One with nature.
Anjay. Nice info. Mati. Mati dong Kazuha ya. Kuat. Karena sekarap lagi nih. Baru tahap 1 nih.
Allow me.
Into the wind. One with nature.
Fight this on for time. Go!
Into the wind.
Cut to the chase.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Nice Su. Ada lagi ya?
Incoming. Hey!
Bye bye. Oh nice. Precious sis adik-adik. Thanks info ya Dan. Ya sabar, entar dikit lagi nih.
Speed of light. Incoming. Hey! Ha! Yeah! You give, you receive.
Ada kotak, ada kotak. Ada lagi. Oh, ada kotak. Ini dulu lah.
Time to go.
Bangki nih anak.
The wind knows me. One with nature.
Hold the line.
Eh. Aduh, Kokomi pula yang ulti. Kok terbuka? Nice. Dapat kulus-kulus. Kok terbuka nih? Ini buka gimana, Dan? Mana nih? Gimana buka ini? Oh, ada spasi satu lagi. Ada rumah satu lagi sisa, guys ya.
That's everything. On to the next.
Ah. Satu lagi kot batunya di sini. Oh, belum masuk jauh.
The wind knows me.
Allow me. Incoming.
Kok 20 gak mences? Gak tahu. Gue baru sadar juga tadi. Gak mencesnya langka, guys. Beda dari yang lain.
One with nature.
Speed of light.
Common chestnya berbeda. Anjay. Ada cutscene. Di mana tembusnya nih? Oh. Dia make dari kabur dari rumah sakit dong. Lihat nih ada darah, bekas darah ini ya. Ada bekas darah dong. What? Kok dark ceritanya? Anjir. Ada orang kabur dari rumah sakit, guys. Ini mana hijau-hijau.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Oke lah, kasih tahu Michael dan ada ada rupanya di situ. Dia mungkin nggak tahu tuh. Mana kotak nih?
Don't blink.
The wind knows me.
Kita terbang dong dia, anjir. Makan tuh. Oke lah, baiklah sampai di sini dulu
Our work's done for the day.
stream kali ini. Sampai jumpa di stream selanjutnya. Kasih udah mampir nonton. See you and bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.